add to it? Do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Perspectives. I'm your host, Sam Jones. We begin today with John Hall. Now, John is a fellow that you enjoy having next door to you because he's a walking encyclopedia of what's going on. And the lady that's seated right next to him is Dr. Lana Turner. I kept trying to make that a movie star from the 1950s or 40s. Anyway, it's good to have you both here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I get the impression that things are popping behind the scenes with the Greenwood Corporation. Am I right? Are things starting to pick up steam?
Absolutely. We are at a point where momentum is gaining. We've had a couple of significant milestones that happened this year. One, the Greenwood Legacy Corporation received its tax exemption status. And the second being the recruitment of an executive director, which I am the inaugural executive director. I'm 2 weeks in, excited and ready to implement the master plan.
So things are going to get underway pretty quick.
Absolutely.
Dr. Turner, we were talking before we started taping about some of the elements that are coming together in working with the City Council of Tulsa. Have you seen the kind of response from the council that you need to see?
We had initially seen the type of response that we needed to see up until the adoption of the Kirkpatrick Heights Greenwood Master Plan and work moving forward through Community Governance Working Group and Advisory Group. At this moment in juncture, we do feel confident that we have the support of the whole entire city council. There is some questions, and as we moving forward, how to best manage the land and the transfers and things like that, and some trust issues. One of the things we always know is that we have to work on building trust. The element involved is we're in the incubation stage, moving from incubation to independence, but we're so excited about we're getting closer to that because we did receive our 501c tax exempt status, and we did hire, we completed a great hire in John Hall to help us really move the work forward. So with some of those things and the fact that there's some distrust, and primarily among just a city councilor, and it is because of the incubation stage, and we're working with Partner Tulsa, Tulsa Development Authority, and some past things that have been perceived as not being handled in a proper manner. So we continually need to work. This is a community-led process.
But this time you're doing it right.
We're doing it right. We're definitely doing it right.
Are you satisfied that the goals you've put in front of yourselves are attainable?
I am definitely satisfied that they're attainable. Now, is it going to happen overnight, everything? No, but are we going to move the needle to where we can really build intergenerational wealth for families? The simple answer is yes. I mean, sometimes that just starts with your mindset and your thinking and moving from there. And having this real access to opportunity to acquire the 56 acres of land to develop, and working with our friends, our neighbors, and the whole city of Tulsa and the residents.
John, you're in a position to see this thing almost like a rocket launch take off. I mean, it may be quiet right now, but you're going to have your hands full very, very soon, aren't you?
That is true. And one thing that excites me about the master plan and that all of the community engagement that occurred prior to my arrival, when you ask about are the goals attainable, it's the vision of the community, what they want to see. And it's now up to my leadership and working with others to actually crunch the numbers and see how do we implement, making the plaza a cultural awareness site, basically a tourism destination for the whole country, and then also increasing rooftops and generating economic activity in the area.
There are a lot of folks who are new to this part of the country, and I'm not convinced that they know of what the area represents. At one time, it was known across the country as the Black Wall Street, and that's no exaggeration. But it was also a launching pad for writers, musicians, artists of all kinds, teachers, doctors, And nobody knows that outside of our little area. That's going to change, isn't it?
I would say it definitely is. And there are some historians out there. I know Dorothy Moses DeWitty, who passed away, who was the first African-American city councilor.
Yeah.
You got, from a musician standpoint, Leon Rollison, many people know him. That was his launching pad. But then you have Eddie Faye Gates, you know, who's a published author who interviewed many of the descendants and the race massacre victims in her book, Miss Lucy Cookies. So yeah, so now we have a bigger platform to make sure we get that information out and just celebrate all the accomplishments that we have made.
Will there be a blending of what you're both involved with and, say, for instance, Tulsa Public Schools to get an injection of the knowledge of the history taught on a stronger level so that they understand it on a more personal level?
I would say yes to that, and I would also love to share that Tulsa Public Schools, even in the Kirkpatrick Heights Greenwood Master Plan, their students actually were involved in that process and contributed to what they wanted to see.
Mm-hmm. Well, I understand, and according to my notes, you guys have worked 40 community meetings and events, connected with 1,000 residents, and been involved for 16 months of community-led planning here. So this is not a fly-by-night operation.
No, it's not. We have been very fortunate to have some great people to work with us. WRT consultants initially work with us. We have Haywood Burns Institute consultants working with us, Opportunity Accelerator. And now John has the opportunity to work with some additional consultants to help us move this work forward. So this is not something we have been talking about, but this is something that really has that real pathway to implementation, something that's going to live far beyond us. And when we talk about building wealth, we're not just talking about financial wealth. We're talking about just from, you know, your education, your health, all of it is included in what we mean when we talking about building wealth for our families and residents.
Does it ever, this is kind of a ballpark question, but at night, when your head hits the pillow, this is for both of you, does it ever hit you the enormity of what you're taking on and what the probabilities of results might be?
For me, and what it really attracted me to apply for the position is the historical significance. Legacy is in our name, so Greenwood Legacy. I'm doing legacy work, or I will be leading legacy work to help generations after I'm long and gone. And so that is what excites me. It doesn't scare me. It excites me because I have the opportunity to make value-added contributions based on my experiences in the past and the work that I've done to now have this particular endeavor be really much the capstone of what I will do in my career and to help the community who has done the lead work. They need someone to actually help them implement.
It's a good answer. Good answer. Dr. Turner?
Man, I might just adopt that answer, but no. But no, it's legacy work, and I know it's enormous. And oftentimes, I don't even think about just how big this is, what we're doing, this endeavor. I just hit it from day to day and just keep trying to make more progress and just do the right thing because I know it's so important to our community. I live in North Tulsa. As I said, I was a lifelong resident, am a lifelong resident, and I see the injustice, and I've seen the injustice. I've even had opportunity to serve at the City of Tulsa as the Human Rights Director for 5 years, and I've worked in public education for 12 years, serving on the school board, so I know how important this is to our children and for our grandchildren to keep moving forward and not let some things seem so enormous that you can't take those steps forward toward getting it completed and getting it done. So I always try to work within this present, recognizing my past, but work within this present and moving things forward to help build brighter futures.
We're out of time, and it's a shame. Will you come back?
Certainly.
Yes.
Keep us posted on your
Yes.
progress.
Yes.
Well, we're as close as your phone, so just let us know, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
And Happy New Year.
And to you, and Merry Christmas to both of you.
Merry Christmas.
We're taping this before Christmas, so don't get on to me.
Happy holidays.
Right. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more, talking about Rogers County Youth Services with a lady named Kim Montgomery right after this.